Hey folks, this is Greg from GamerPops here, and today we're going to talk about the Monopoly Family Fun Pack from Hasbro Games and Ubisoft. It's out for the Xbox One, which is where we played it on. I think it's also on PS4, but this is, it's your classic Monopoly in, the easily the best looking version I've ever seen. I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay that I'm going up against three of the AI opponents here, and kind of tell you a little bit about what makes this game special. Obviously, the big appeal is that they can do a lot of things digitally to bring the game to life. Now, I love Monopoly. I've played it for decades. But Monopoly with the paper and dealing with all that, it tends to get a little bit annoying. So, in reality, this is one of the few board games where I much prefer the video game version. As you can see, it's also animated. You've got all kinds of different rule sets from the standard. So here, the machine players are going first. Didn't want to buy the railroad, so now it's going up for auction. It's very easy mechanics, works very simply. There's a lot of different house rules you can enjoy as well, so you can kind of tweak the gameplay to what you like. And otherwise it's just regular old Monopoly. You can play with many players. You can play with a combination of human and AI players if you want, which is really nice. And with the AI, you can set the difficulty. So if you want a pretty simple game, make them easy. If you want a run for your money, you make it hard. And as you can see, it's a nice interface too, which is one thing I really like. You can kind of see below the names there. There's a little grid system that shows you who owns which properties at a glance. You've got all your classic elements, the classic characters this time. The Monopoly version for the last generation used, human characters and kind of brought them to life. This one sticks with the traditional characters from, the traditional little tokens. You'll also see, though, and I'm not sure if there is a way to change it on here or if it's this live version of the board, is the British version. So, there's different names for the stations, for the properties. It's not the classic New Jersey inspired version that certainly in North America, we're used to playing. So there's my little car, take it out for a roll. As you can see, this is the beginning. Properties are getting bought up and auctioned off, and and then you can, of course, once you buy all the properties, you can start to do upgrades, add houses, build up to a hotel. You can engineer trades between yourself and human players, AI players. Basically, straight up Monopoly that looks really great. This is the live board, so you can see there's lots of cool stuff kind of happening in the background. There's also different boards that you can purchase. Right now there's a Rabbids one and a Just Dance one, because of course it's Ubisoft. They're putting their franchises out there. And there's also a My Little Pony version that to date isn't available to purchase, but I'm assuming it will be at some point. So you can have some different boards, or there's just classic flat board game Monopoly that you can check out, which is kind of nice. So there I've just won an auction to pick up one of the purple properties, and start building my real estate empire. But what I want to do now is show you, as part of the Family Fun Pack, you can buy the Monopoly game on its own, but in the bundle, it comes with a couple extra things that really, enhance the Monopoly experience. Unfortunately, Amandine here is going to have to pay. Excuse me. But we're going to jump over now to the board creator. So this is where you can start with basically the default board and customize it however you want. So I'm going to turn this property here, Whitechapel Road. I want to name it after myself. So I'm going to call it Greg Street. I'll just get the... So it's never as easy as typing on a keyboard, is it? But we'll get that renamed Greg Street. And there we go. Boom! Now, it's looking a little plain, right? So you can personalize by adding photos either to the board, to the spots, whatever. But I don't really want to use a photo of myself, so let's go over to one of the icon sets. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's put a pyramid on there. And so you can do this to every spot on the board. Let's say I don't want the no, you can't. Sorry, you can't do the corners. So you can't change the jail or that, but let's say I want a different train. I don't like that train. I want something a little cooler. And yeah, there. Well, you know what? Let's make it an airport instead. So you can basically mix this around however you want. Now what I'm going to do here is customize the inside of the board. So there's a number of buildings and objects, things that you can place down here to just make this the board that you want it to be. And I'm going to drop in a couple to show you. There's more that then can be unlocked through either the game or by playing the game or through Uplay. So if you like Monopoly, you can't go wrong with this. It's a great, faithful rendition of the game that also gives you lots of different options to kind of play it your own way. Pick this up on its own for $15 in North America, or go for the bundle, which includes the customizer and Monopoly Deal, a quick little mini game. Thanks for checking this out, and check out our other videos with the links below.